Hi, Scott, Machine Gun Dad. Welcome back to another episode of I Have This Gun on the Wall. Recently, not recently, but pretty much the entire series of I Have This Gun on the Wall has been non-NFA items because when I started with NFA and YouTube restricted the videos. Retroactively restrict them, arbitrarily restricted them. I did a couple videos on the nature of YouTube's censorship. That aside, they don't censor the handguns and the regular rifles as long as they follow their magazine policy. Well, this is Machine Gun Dad. I'm more about NFA than anything else. So we're going to do an NFA weapon today, but we're going to do it in two parts. First of all, I'll tell you the story how I got it. We'll do the close-ups. But when it comes to shooting, I am not going to shoot a full automatic gun in semi-automatic to make YouTube happy. So part two of this is on my channel on Rumble. And you'll see this gun run as God intended, or as Colonel Thompson intended actually, in full auto. So let me tell you about this gun. For those of you that don't know, I was a Pennsylvania State Trooper. I had a documented Pennsylvania State Police Thompson, Colt Thompson. Serial number was 1193. Can you believe I can still remember that? But I can't tell you where my keys are right now. When I was in the station called Uniontown, one of my co-workers collected state police memorabilia, and he had several Thompsons. One of them was this, which I had actually acquired for him. And he wanted my state police Thompson. So we worked out a deal. I got this gun and a fair amount of cash, and he got my state police Thompson. When I got this gun, it had 28 military parts inside, because West Hurley guns are notorious for not cycling with the factory West Hurley internals. The gun came to him with the 28 parts in it. When I got it from him, there was no oiler in it. And then I put an oiler in it, and I put 21 parts in it. So this gun runs like a 21, not a 28. That being said, and now you know the story, and now you know there's two parts to this video, let's move in close and take some look at some markings. The first thing I'm going to show you, which is probably the least important of the markings, is on the very top behind the cocking slot. Here's the cocking slot. They have the Thompson logo engraved right here, rear sight. Give me a second, I'll move the weapon and we'll look at some more markings. On the left side, we're going to start up at the front and show you some differences between the West Hurley and a commercial, like a Colt or a Savage commercial. First of all, it uses a military style extractor. They're not ground flush, they just look like the extractor on a military 28. If you come back, slowly pan back the gun, it has M1A1 fire control parts. This is the way they came. A lot of guys who bought these guns retrofitted them with the 28 levers. Also, you'll see up here, it says US model of 1928, NO, and then a serial number and an A. A means automatic. That's what the West Hurley full autos were marked with. And then let me pan back a little bit and show you how whoever was building these really wasn't with the program, because it says Thompson submachine gun, but then it says caliber 45 M1. I mean, why would they put M1 on a 1928 and then put M1? Well, these were probably done because these are probably the surplus parts they had left over. Let me flip it over. I'm going to show you the last of the markings on this gun. A lot of non-Thompson people, why do you call them West Hurleys? Pretty clear. West Hurley, New York, New York. Auto Ordnance Corporation, which is really at the time was Newridge Gun Parts. I'm going to pan back just a little bit. You can see they replicated a little bit of oil coming out here. They replicated the patent date markings for the look, but they cut some corners when they built these. I don't think they really made that many, but I'll talk about that in a second. You saw the markings. Normally I'd say go to the range. There'll be a little intro on the range, but in reality the shooting is on Rumble. Again, check out the link in the description below to the video on Rumble. Alright, we're out on the range. We're going to try the Thompson out. But this is the end of part 1 because YouTube won't allow this. So if you really want to see this gun run, see part 2, go to the link in the description to the part 2 firing part of the video on Rumble. Thanks again.